The email came at 2:14 on a Wednesday afternoon. I was standing in my kitchen with a glass of water in my hand, and I read the first line 3 times before it registered. I had been accepted. 3rd application. 2 rejections. And this time, yes, and I felt it. For about 4 seconds, I felt the entire thing. The heat behind my eyes, the ridiculous grin, the urge to say something out loud in an empty room. Then I put the phone face down on the counter and thought, I'll tell Jonah when he gets home. And the feeling went somewhere and waited. I want to be careful here, because this isn't a story about a bad man. Jonah was kind. 2 years together, 18 months in the same apartment. He remembered things. The name of my least favorite colleague. How I take my coffee when I'm anxious versus how I take it when I'm fine. If you had asked me then whether I was independent, I would have said yes without pausing. I paid my own rent before we moved in together. I made my own decisions. I had opinions about films he found boring, and I kept having them. What I couldn't have told you, because I had no words for it yet, is that somewhere in those 2 years, I had quietly moved the place where my feelings became real, not into myself, into him. He came home at 7:40. I heard the key, and then I did the thing I always did without knowing I did it. I listened to how he set his bag down. It was heavy. A heavy bag meant a bad day. And in the 2 seconds between that sound and him appearing in the doorway, I made a decision I didn't experience as a decision. I moved the news out of the front of the evening into somewhere later. Somewhere smaller. He told me about the meeting, about the client who had changed the brief for the 3rd time. I listened, and I meant it. I wasn't performing. Around 9, in a gap, I said, "Oh, I got in, by the way." He said, "That's great. That's really great." And then he said, "Sorry, I'm just... Today was a lot." He wasn't wrong. Today had been a lot for him. Here's the part I still think about. I didn't tell anyone else. Not my sister, not the friend who had read my application twice and told me the 2nd paragraph sounded too apologetic. Not the group chat where we send each other photographs of absolutely nothing. And I didn't decide not to. There was no moment of deciding. It's that the news had already been to the place where things become real, and it hadn't become real there. So it quietly stopped being news. Within about a week, I could think about it without feeling anything at all, which, at the time, I mistook for being level-headed. 5 weeks later, my sister called about something else entirely, and near the end of the call, she said, "Wait, whatever happened with that application?" And I said, "Oh, I got in." There was a pause on the line. She said, "You got in? When?" And I heard myself answer in the tone you'd use to say a train time, the 12th of March. She was so happy. She was loud about it. She made me hold the phone away from my ear. She said my name twice, the way she does. And standing in the hallway with my sister shouting into my ear, I felt the thing arrive. The thing that should have arrived 5 weeks earlier, alone, in my kitchen at 2:14 on a Wednesday afternoon. It arrived late, second-hand, delivered by somebody else. I had always assumed emotional dependency meant needing someone constantly, texting too much, falling apart when they leave the room, something loud, something you could see from outside. It isn't that, or it isn't only that. What it looked like for me was much quieter. I had outsourced the moment where a feeling becomes true. Joy needed a witness before it counted. So did fear. So did pride. I could hold them. I just couldn't finish them. I needed his face to close the loop. And when the face was tired, the feeling didn't get set aside for later. It simply didn't happen. That's the part nobody warns you about. Not that you need too much from one person, that you slowly stop being able to have things on your own. The strange part is that it started as something good. Early on, we told each other everything. Tiny things. A bird on the railing, a sentence overheard on the bus that neither of us could stop laughing about. That's what falling in love felt like for me. Finally having somewhere to put the small stuff. I don't think there was a day it turned. It's more that the channel got so good and so easy that I stopped maintaining the other ones. The sister who used to hear things first, the friend. The notebook I kept for a while and then didn't. And then one day the channel was the only one. And anything that didn't go through it didn't go anywhere at all. I didn't leave. I want to say that plainly, because so much of what you read about this ends with somebody leaving. What I did was smaller and much less satisfying to describe. I started writing things down before I told him. Not a journal, nothing that organized, just the sentence itself in my phone the moment it happened. I got in. The bus driver waited for me. I am dreading Thursday. And I gave myself one rule, 1 hour. A feeling had to exist for 1 hour with only me as its witness before I handed it to anybody. The first few times, it felt like holding a door shut. It's a particular kind of restlessness, having a feeling and nowhere to put it. And I had spent 2 years never once sitting inside it. By around the 3rd month, something had shifted. Not dramatically. I still told him. I just told him later. And they arrived intact. That was the whole difference. They arrived intact. I don't think emotional dependency is the opposite of love. I think it's what happens when love becomes the only room in the house you still use. The other rooms don't disappear. Mine had furniture in them and everything, if you're somewhere inside this. If you've noticed that good news feels provisional until somebody else confirms it, I'd like you to try the smallest possible version. 1 hour. One sentence you tell yourself first. Not so you need him less, just so you're there when it happens. If this story resonated with you, there's a meditation on gentle rivers that sits with this same feeling. Learning to let something be true before anyone else has agreed to it. The link is below.